Welcome back to our Inside the Issue special. Just a couple of days ago, Senator Cory Booker of New Jersey unveiled a highly aggressive criminal justice bill that he hopes will ignite his dying and pathetic presidential campaign. The bill, Booker's bill, would allow any prisoner who's been in prison for 10 years or more to petition for release. If they're over 50 years old, the burden of proof would be on the government to keep them behind bars. In essence, criminals would have to be retried over and over and over again. Now, Booker named this bill in honor of a man he believes is unjustly imprisoned, a man called William Underwood. So who is William Underwood exactly? Well, recently, over on MSNBC, a reporter called Leanne Caldwell ran a profile of Mr. Underwood, and she suggested he really deserves to be the face of criminal justice reform. In Caldwell's telling, Underwood is a kindly man who simply made a minor mistake, and America's vicious criminal justice system destroyed him for life because it's racist.
William Underwood, now 65 years old, was sentenced to life in prison without parole for a nonviolent drug-related crime. It was his first felony, but in the middle of a tough-on-crime era, the judge showed no leniency.
Well, it's every cliche you can imagine packed into a single paragraph. Let's unpack them a little bit. A nonviolent drug-related crime. Well, Caldwell knows exactly what she's doing. When you say nonviolent drug offense, most people think about their friend who got caught with a joint in college and went to jail for it. Obviously, nobody wants that. That's absurd. Leanne Caldwell and Cory Booker want to make it clear William Underwood is one of those, and he belongs back on the streets because, hey, man, he didn't really do anything wrong. The fact that he isn't suggests that America is malicious or, of course, racist, probably both, actually, of course. There's a problem, though. Nobody in America is actually given a life sentence for a single minor nonviolent drug offense. It just doesn't happen. Our prisons are too crowded to waste time on things like that and people like that, and it would be wrong. So we don't do it. Underwood is no exception. Columnist Ann Coulter actually took the time to find out what Underwood was convicted of, something that apparently nobody else in Washington thought to do. And it turns out it was far worse than having a couple joints at a party. In fact, Underwood was not a petty criminal. He was a deadly criminal. As many contemporary news reports make clear, the nonviolent drug offense Underwood was convicted of was running the Vigilantes. That was one of New York's deadliest drug gangs from the late 1970s until 1988, which is really the height of the crack epidemic. If you lived through it, you know it was not a small thing. It was horrifying. According to authorities, Underwood's gang killed as many as 23 people, Mr. Nonviolent Drug Offense, and Underwood himself allegedly ordered the murder of Bobby Edmonds, a witness who was going to testify against a member of the gang. Underwood's gang publicly declared that it would murder anybody, no questions asked, if they were given a gun, a photograph, and $10,000. Underwood himself, according to one former gang member, instructed those under him to read about famous gangsters and murderers from history and try to imitate them. When Underwood was finally brought down, he was convicted after, listen to this, the testimony of more than 50 witnesses, including several former members of the Vigilantes, Mr. Nonviolent Drug Offense. So yeah, William Underwood was never convicted of a violent crime. Neither was Al Capone. That doesn't matter. He committed vicious crimes, apparently, and got others to commit them on his behalf. He deserves to be in prison for what he did. But NBC and Cory Booker don't see a problem with any of this. They lied by omission about Underwood's crimes for the sake of getting him and others like him out of prison. Here's how Cory Booker summed up Underwood's life. Listen.
Would you offer clemency to someone like William Underwood?
Hell yes. Hell yes. I told you, it should disturb all of us that there are people like Mr. Underwood in prison. He would be one of the thousands of people that there's just no argument to make about why we're spending billions of dollars incarcerating them.
Oh, they're such liars. Gang leaders who smuggle heroin and kill dozens of people. Booker and NBC News want people like him, many thousands of them, back on the streets. And it's no mystery why. They'll never blame deadly criminals for being deadly criminals. They blame America for being an evil, racist country. They blame you. Cory Booker says America's prisons are the new Jim Crow. The most demagogic thing you could say. So what a total lie that is. In other words, the problem isn't William Underwood, who sold drugs and ordered other people's murders. The problem is you. You're a racist for wanting to be protected from people like William Underwood. Yeah, you get it. Kind of flipping it around a little.